Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be your February 2026 reading for the month ahead of February. I want to do a Celtic cross spread for you. I do want to make a little announcement that February 17th, thereabouts, the experts, people who know astrology way better than me, talking about that being the actual start of the new year. So the year of the horse didn't actually begin in January. It's going to begin in February. So that means that if there's been like a little bit of a lull in your life, if you felt like there's been like a stalling, it could be the energy of that horse having been at the race, ready to go, but they've been behind the stall. And then that middle part of February, it's like the stall gets lifted, open the gate, and boom, the horses are going to run. They're going to go. They're going to get their groove on. So if you felt, Taurus, like there's been a little bit of a lull for you, that explains it. It's also Aquarius season. So you're an earth-based energy. You're very much about the sensual part of life, the grounded, steady, abundant food, love, your home. You're very much about all of that. And so this Aquarius season has all the thoughts and all the communications and all of the news and the media and everything. So you just maybe need to stay very grounded in your energy in this kind of season, or maybe this is helping you with your communication. I'm going to use this middle deck here. This is the Tarot Familiars. I was trying to find the decks that I had that had something to do with animals based on the year of the horse. And I have the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot and then the Cat Tarot. And I'm going to just move the Cats Rule the Earth off to the side. And we're going to jump into the Cat Tarot. And we're going to do a Celtic cross spread. So Taurus, while I'm shuffling up these cards, tune into your intuition, tune into your higher self, your knowledge, your wisdom, your truth, that place within you. We all have that still, small, quiet voice place in us that speaks truth, that has wisdom, that gains insight and wisdom and understanding. And that's what we're trying to tap into here. Just to give you some heads up into what February could unfold like. Let's split this 3 ways for you and then jump into your reading, Taurus. I have the Celtic cross spread in mind for this monthly overview. It's not a very long month. February only has, I think, 28 days this year. So it's not going to be a very long month, but still, let's get the overview for it for you. First card out, we're looking at the recent past. The recent past for the sign of Taurus. What led you into the month of February? What brought you here? The Hanged Man. Okay, this is the major arcana for the sign of Pisces. The energy that led you into February was a change in perspective, a shift in the way that you viewed the world. Literally, this cat upside down in the tree, purposefully to gain enlightenment, to open their crown chakra, to receive wisdom, enlightened knowledge. It's like this is the place we go when we need to get an epiphany, when we need to be changed and transformed mentally. It's turning ourselves upside down. It's a willful surrender. So what brought you into February was this knowing that you needed to, you've been maybe thinking one way for so long that you needed to purposefully shift the way you were thinking because it probably wasn't getting you anywhere, or it wasn't serving you. And this change in perspective, let's see. Now, how is Taurus? What is the present current energy for the sign of Taurus? What is the present current energy for the sign of Taurus. The Hierophant, that is your energy. That is your power card. This Hierophant, card number 5 in the major arcana, represents the sign of Taurus. It is someone that others can come to seek knowledge of the world external to them. So let's just say, for the sake of this, that you have studied origami your whole life. You've been like an origami fiend. You've been reading books, practicing, teaching classes on the side. And now you are just this origami freaking expert. And anybody in the world who wants to know anything about origami, they're going to come to you because you have that information. You are like this symbolism of wise, learned, knowledge, external. Everything about the Hierophant represents external knowledge. It's the knowledge that has been gained by avid studying, putting the pedal to the metal when it concerns. I need to read the policies at work. I need to read the Bible if I go to church. I need to study the Yoga Sutras. I need to study something. If you're a yogi, this really represents a spiritual teacher. So it just really has to do with a teacher, someone that has learned so much that they are now able to teach others about it. So the Hierophant, someone that has over a lifetime, it can be even just, if you're only 10 years old, you can still be a Hierophant because you've learned so much about something. It's learned knowledge. What challenges that? What is challenging the Hierophant for the sign of Taurus? Very interesting. Let's get the King of Cups. And that is the challenge because the King of Cups is the master of their heart. They've mastered their emotions. They're calm, they're cool, they're collected. They're very much about their heart space. So all of this learning, book knowledge, book smarts, it's not very savvy in the way of like the heart space. And so it's a challenge. This King of Cups is coming in to say, okay, Hierophant, I get it. You're smart. You know a lot of stuff. But what about your heart? Do you love people? Are you loving people? Are you spending time with people that you love? Or are you just nose in the book all the time? Are you just axe to the grindstone all the time? Are you just focusing on something so much that it's putting you at a disadvantage to people who love you? Very interesting, because the recent past was the Hanged Man, that you had to purposefully go and shift yourself into a different perspective. You received this epiphany or this higher knowledge. It's a major arcana. Then you came into the reading, February, with, okay, I have studied and learned, and I'm so intelligent with all this outside information. Other people can come to me now, and I am like a source of wisdom. But what about my heart? What about my soul? What about my family? What about the people in my tribe? Am I spending time with them? Am I loving them? Am I being the master of my emotions? Or am I just hiding behind a book? Does that make sense? Let's find out what's on your mind. Taurus, what's on your mind? What are you thinking about a lot? What are you contemplating or, deliberating back and forth? Something that just kind of stays on your mind. What is that in February for Taurus? Oh, the Eight of Wands. And this is fast, rapid moving communication. This is like incoming message, incoming. You sit down you open your phone, you've got 18 messages in your text messages or your emails. You've got a lot of people coming at you, getting in touch with you, wanting to talk to you. You know how I said that you were that person that everybody's coming to because you're the subject matter expert? Maybe it's on your mind because it's happening a lot more. Or maybe you're worrying that it will. Maybe you're worrying that, oh my God, if I am out in the world and I'm published as an author in this subject, everybody who has anything to do with origami, they're going to constantly message me. I'm going to be inundated with communication. That's 8 of Wands. It's like fast, rapid people wanting to get in touch with Taurus, because Taurus, you're the guru. So what's in the bottom? What's something you either might not be aware of, or you keep it hidden on purpose, or it's just hidden from the world? The High Priestess. Let me show you something really interesting. This is a divine pair. The Hierophant, and the High Priestess, they go together. This is masculine energy, external knowledge. This is feminine energy, internal knowledge. This is down in the bottom of your spread because it's not meant for everyone to know. The Hierophant shares the knowledge openly and readily. The High Priestess keeps things to themselves. They intuit, they pay attention, they watch your body language, they listen to the words you speak, they listen to the words you use, they watch your vibration, they listen to things that people think others aren't paying attention to. The High Priestess knows. They know about you because you show signs with the way that you talk, with the way that you walk, with the way that you work yourself in the world. So there is a divine pair on the table, meaning I think, this is my interpretation, the Taurus that this reading is for, you are skilled in your current present energy, what you show the world. You're also very skilled the opposite direction, what you don't show the world. You keep things close to your chest, close to your vest. You play your cards very tight because that's your power. That's your power play, is what you don't speak. It's what you know. So you're comfortable with both aspects of your energy, what you share and what you don't share. But you need both of those because that's how you operate in the world. I do really still feel like there's a challenge in the way that you're dealing with your people closest to you. I think there's something missing or some challenge in the way that you're relating to your loved ones. What is your future energy? What is in the up and coming future energy for the sign of Taurus? Future energy. Another major arcana. This is the strength card. This is the representation of the sign of Leo. And this is taming your ego, taming the beast within. I'm just going to go with this as an example. You're so smart. You know so much. You're a subject matter expert. As you move into the near future, the possibility for you to get a really big head that it doesn't fit in the house anymore because you're so smart and you know that you kind of have the corner on the market in the origami realm, and use anything that you're really good at as an example. But you know that about yourself. And so as you move forward, you're really seeing that if you're not careful with what you know and what you don't share, but you're like this power player, you could really like just be all ego, walking ego. Like there's 2 feet and then this big ego on top. You need to be really careful that you don't like become a bobblehead and fall over. So the strength card is here to say, slow your roll, Taurus. You're awesome. Okay. No doubt about it. You're awesome. You've got your finger on the market with whatever it is you're so good at, but be careful and take it down a notch. Okay. Where the ego is concerned, try to be a little more humble. Take yourself into, maybe back to the hanged man state again. Shift your perspective back to, I know a lot. I'm a really smart person, but I don't know everything there is to know. There's always something new to learn. Something just came to me too. I'm a avid yoga practitioner, and this is my saying for myself, and take it if you want to, don't if you don't. Um, it's always a good idea to be the student, not always the teacher. Not always the teacher. Always be prepared to be the student again, to put yourself in situations where you can learn, which is probably why the high priestess is so handy, because the high priestess watches, waits, and pays attention, and they learn. And the Hierophant expresses it all and speaks it all out there and says it all. They're external, internal, external. So in the future, it's just going to be like I don't know, it reminds me of like a belt, tightening up your belt a little bit so that you don't go into a buffet and eat the whole buffet. Be careful when you're entering into situations that you don't just go overboard and share all your wealth of knowledge and everybody is nauseated. Be a little humble. Take it down a notch. What is the internal energy for the sign of Taurus? For the sign of Taurus, what is internal energy for them? It's what they're feeling, thinking, feeling. Feeling, thinking, or acting like. For Taurus, the Knight of Wands. This is the playful side of life. I just want to move towards my passion. I want to be on a mission of my passion. I want to have fun. I want to eat good food. I want to have good intimacy. I want to have great conversations. I want to share and feel and think and grow. The Knight of Wands doesn't want to do anything forever. They want to do a little bit at a time for a little bit of time. They want to be here for a good time, not a long time. They're not committed. This is the antithesis of the Hierophant. The Hierophant's very committed, very stable, very true and solid. The Knight of Wands is very flighty, very here and there and all over the place, and maybe knows things, maybe doesn't. You'll never know because they're just probably funny and entertaining. It's like a clown energy. The Knight of Wands is very passionate, but in like the love category, they're not going to be in your life forever. They're going to be here for a short time, and that's it. What is the external energy? What is the external energy for Taurus? So that's interesting. Your internal energy has you feeling a little different than your central energy. Your internal energy has you feeling like, I just want to be footloose and fancy free, man. I just want to go have fun. But external, what's going on outside of you, but it affects you. It's outside of you is the Fool, another major arcana. That is 5 in one reading. So the Fool is the major arcana for the sign of Aries. And this is here external to you. There are people, places, and things that affect you around you that they just want to start fresh, to start clean, to wipe the slate, to pretend, or to really go from brand new, fresh, clean slate energy. Let's just pretend like nothing's hurt us. Especially if this is like a relationship. This could be your spouse saying, I don't want to lose you. I want to start over. Let's just wipe the slate clean and let's just go like we've never hurt each other, like we won't hurt each other. And maybe because you just want to have fun and play and have lighthearted conversation. You don't want to be serious and all that. And your person is like, okay, let's be passionate and playful and energetic, and let's just start over. Clean slate. Let's wipe everything away and start over. The Fool. Let's just love like we've never been hurt before. and dance like no one's watching. What is your hopes and fears? The hopes and the fears for the sign of Taurus. You hope for it, but you also are a little scared. Page of Swords. This is intuition, but seeking validation for that. So where the high priestess is getting all these pings of like sensors and radar, like a bat has a radar system, the high priestess is feeling all of that information coming in, and the Page of Swords, they're acting on it. They're like, I feel like I need to look into so and so. So the Page of Swords is going to get their goggles on, and they're going to go onto the internet, and they're going to Google and Facebook stalk and create false profiles and look into people. The Page of Swords is going to like go in, scuba diving into information. The Page of Swords is an intuitive, knowledge-seeking sleuth, detective, spy. They can even be a stalker. So this is in the hopes and the fears, where sometimes in order to get to the Hierophant state, you need to read, study, learn, and grow. That's the good side of Page of Swords. The negative side of Page of Swords is they become obsessed, and the person of interest becomes their target, and they're going to learn about it until everyone is sick of them. So the Page of Swords has like an obsession with their point of interest. The Page of Swords is going to find out every little thing. They're going to know what color underwear you have on today. So that's in the hopes and fears. Taurus, you might be, and you're a fixed sign. So when you set your mind to something, you're going to get it. And that could be a person of interest, a knowledge system, like what you're passionate about, or, you know, if you're going to be the best cook on the planet, you're going to be the best cook on the planet. You're going to read every recipe book known to man in order to get to that level. So the Page of Swords is a student, an inquisitive, curious investigator, and that can go in the good or the bad categories. Last card out for the sign of Taurus. What is your final outcome for February 2026? The final outcome, overall energy for the month. Taurus, we have the Eight of Cups. This is an emotional walking away. And it doesn't mean walking away from someone you love. It doesn't mean turning your back on people, being cold. It doesn't mean that. It means for your sanity and for your heart, you have to know when to pull back and not be everybody's everything. You're going to walk away from what no longer serves you. And sometimes what no longer serves you is being everybody's everything. Sometimes you have to pull back for your own sanity, your own safety, your own security. So the Eight of Cups is an emotional protection for you. It's not necessarily looking out for everybody else anymore. It is saying, what's best for me is that I only spend 20 minutes on Facebook. What's best for me is I do want to laugh and have fun and cheer and go on and be passionate with my loved ones. But the rest of the time, I want to do A, B, and C. I want to learn, study, and grow. Those are my, I know that. I also know Eight of Cups can be, I'm walking towards. Not only am I walking away from what no longer serves me emotionally, but that means I'm walking towards what does. And maybe that is going to be towards mastering the way that you feel in your heart towards those that matter the most to you. This is your reading. I'm so happy and grateful that you're here. I'm going to grab this Lisa Parker Tarot Familiars deck, and let's give you 3 extra cards. Just another layer to see if we touch on something different or if it confirms what we've already talked about. For the sign of Taurus, I had some jumpers, too many though. Let's see. 3 cards for Taurus. What extra layer can we add for them? 4 of Swords. Yeah, very similar to 8 of Cups. Rest and relax. Take a break mentally. 10 of Pentacles. That's your energy. That is, in order to obtain success in the highest of my food, my home, my people, I need to take a break mentally. And what else can we share? Death energy, scorpionic energy. So this is your opposite sign on the wheel, the zodiac wheel. Scorpio is like your, very much like you, but in the opposite way. They're fixed energy as well. And this is the end of a painful cycle. Look at this beautiful cat. The end of a painful cycle. I'm sorry, the end of a cycle, the end of something. It's the transformation. When something ends, something new can come forward. So we have to get our thoughts under control, 4 of Swords, in order for us to obtain the highest form of success and abundance. 10 of Pentacles is like that's the jackpot energy, like jackpot lottery winning energy right there. But in order for that to happen, something has to end. And that could be the way that you're thinking. That could be the way that you're emotionally relating to the people in your life. This can be some habit or some overdoing of anything, like the Page of Swords, looking in and being snooping and nosy about things. Could be an end of that. Death doesn't mean physical death. It can, but that's like 1% chance. More often than not, the death card shows up when something needs to come to a conclusion so that something else can be born, a transformation. Death and rebirth. Taurus, this is your reading. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe, share. If you want to leave me a comment, I love comments. Thank you again for being here. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. And it was a pleasure to do your reading for you. Be blessed, be well. Namaste.